Yeah, good weekend, wasn't it? And
Oh, excellent weekend. I was certainly, I'm still recovering from it, if I'm being honest. But no, it was a great weekend, and it was nice to be in the stadium when it was rocking. Absolutely brilliant at the end, and I mean, great result, good goals as well. And I was really pleased for the young boys. Some cracking goals from Miles and Ethan. So, and it's great to see them academy boys getting an opportunity and proving that they can handle it at a big occasion, which is great.
yeah, it shows what they can do on the big occasion, as you say. There's a little bit of a sort of I just wonder how you interpret the sort of the transfer window with no players coming in when Mikel was saying he needs some help.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the problem is that it's an hard window to buy you the right players what you want, and I'm sure there was always looking around to see who's available and working behind the scenes hard to see if they can get them in. But obviously, they don't just want to go and waste money for the sake of it, and that's probably what come down to in the end, where they thought, well, there's not a player out there who's going to improve our squad, which maybe people like Cunha was available, and people I don't know if he was or not, and with the contract talks with Wolves and stuff like that, but. And everybody's a little bit overpriced as well, probably in this window, knowing people are quite desperate to get players in. So, look, they've made that decision. Now they've just got to stick with the players they've got. They've got to get everybody fit and fine on all cylinders and see where they go. But it could at the end of the season, it could be that which doesn't make them win the Premier League, and they might be kicking themselves. But they've got to get on with it now and forget about the transfer window and concentrate on the next 3 or 4 months of the season. Keep trying to play like they did against Man City, and you just hope Liverpool slip up now.
Yeah, I mean they're off to Dubai, I think, on Thursday after the Newcastle match, but it puts a lot of pressure on those guys to stay fit, let alone play well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they seem to have a good little run after this winter break when they usually have it. So that they certainly need that. With I thought like the weekend could be the turning point, really, maybe where Liverpool maybe drop points against Bournemouth, who are having a great season. But Liverpool are like a machine, they know how to get the job done and they keep winning. But they've got a tricky February, I think. They've got quite a lot of games in February that they might slip up a few. But all you got to do is worry about yourselves now and try and put performances like he did against Man City week in week out, and just hope something goes well for you or goes the right way for you, and that's all they can really do now.
Yeah, I don't know if you're one for data, but I was looking at Opta rate Liverpool as 90% to win the league now, and I think Arsenal 9.
Yeah,
That was they
but
did
that
that.
can quickly change. I mean, look. It nearly happened to us in the Invincible season. We lost to FA Cup. We lost to the weekend. Then we lost to Chelsea in the Champions League at Highbury, and then we was 2-1 down against Liverpool in the league, which was going to be a disastrous week. But we managed to turn it around, so it can happen in football. But again, I don't think you can worry about Liverpool at the moment. You just got to worry about yourselves and get the points. So as I go back to '98 again when we was 12 points behind. Arsene Wenger wasn't saying, look, let's hope Man United slip up. He's saying, look, win every game we've got, and then hopefully they will slip up and then but you just worry about yourselves, and that's what Mikel Arteta can do now every single game, win the game and just watch Liverpool, see if they can get if someone can get points off them, and that's all they can really do now. And obviously the game at Anfield is a massive game later on in the league. And if you're in this chance, you've got to go and win at Anfield, which you can do it, but it's just staying in the hunt now towards to up to March, April time, and then that's when it really kicks in. Bit more pressure, and every single point's going to matter then after that.
So you're still upbeat on the title race and a big match.
Well, yeah, the bookmakers don't get it wrong too often, do they? I mean, I think Liverpool be 1-6 on, I should imagine, something like that sort of price to win the league. So Arsenal are big outsiders, but you never. It's not automatically you still got a chance. So I mean, you just got to keep winning games and just hope Liverpool maybe look. You never know in football. If something happened to Van Dijk or Salah or the big players they've got, then so it can change. And they're in all the cup competitions still, so there's a lot of demands, a lot of football off those guys as well. But Liverpool, yeah, certainly in the driving seat, and Arne Slot, fair play to him. He's done a great job since he's been at Liverpool.
And if they both recover from losing the first legs in the League Cup, they could meet in the League Cup final. How do you see things going into?
Well, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm sure. on their night they can beat Newcastle away and score goals. And I always go back to, you've got to look at teams like Bournemouth, who went there and got 4-1. So you've got to fancy your chances still. You've got to be confident you can go out there and score. I think the first goal is always going to be very important, isn't it? I mean, if Newcastle get it, then it's over. For me, it's over. But if Arsenal can nick a goal in that first half or early in the game, then it's game on. And, you never know in football, but Newcastle, a good side at home, it'd be rocking up in St James's Park because they're desperate to get to another final and win a trophy, Newcastle. And it'd be interesting in the other game as well, Liverpool-Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham got that 1-0 lead going into that game. So lots of football still to be played. And if they can play like they did against City, they certainly create the chances they had against City, then they'll have a chance. But I'm just looking at Newcastle's back line is a little bit better than Man City's at the moment. So, it'd be hard to break them down.
Yeah, I suppose you're talking about difficult February. One of the benefits from going out the FA Cup is that on Thursday morning, Arsenal can fly out to Dubai for a week or so of sunshine and rest, so they can really give it everything against Newcastle, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And they'd be looking forward to that little trip as well. I mean, it's always nice to get away from different surroundings and the training ground and it'd be nice weather and they can get together and be together sort of as a group because you do go home every day after training, but now they'll suddenly all together. They can get meetings done and all that sort of stuff, and that's that final push then to the end of the season, which is very important in any club. But yeah, I mean, look, you still want to be in the FA Cup if I'm being honest. If I was a
Mm.
player, but when you know you're out of it, then these sort of trips are nice to go on, and you can get some nice training done and hard work, especially for some of the players who are coming back from injury as well, who goes and get a little bit of rehab and a bit of sun on you, which is great.